In this video, I'll be showing you how to use a Cricut design space, and we'll be using three functions: cut, draw, and score. So for scoring, I have both the tools, the scoring stylus and scoring wheel, and I'll be showing you the difference between them two, and we'll cut them and see how it works out. So right now I'm using Design Space version 5.5.33 desktop version. Okay, first we're gonna upload the project. So this is my own design. Upload. Wrong one. Okay, so in this design I'll be using a long mat because there are two sheets that I'll be cutting to create a greetings card. This is the Valentine's Day greetings card. Okay, after I import it, I will ungroup so that they are separated. Okay, now I'm gonna change the font layer to draw. And this one, it does not matter what you pick, you can just put the pen in. So I can just select red if I want to, and then you can insert a black pen, and you can still continue drawing because there's no detection what pen color is for your machine. Again, the other card is draw. I'll be calling this side A for this page and side B. Also, if you select your draw and then you have select different color, it'll prompt you to change a pen because you have two different colors on your design if you cut it at the same time. So I have to put them the same color, so I only need to use one pen. And this layer, I'm gonna change it to score so that it doesn't cut through my sheet where I don't want it to. This one to score, and the page outside like this, the cut property. So now I have this page, it has draw, score, and cut, and the other page, side B, it's also the same. This is side A, side B. Okay, once I change all the setting, I'm gonna do attach so that it will keep everything on the same page. Okay, so we'll go to the next screen to show you why we need to attach. See, everything is kept together. Now let's say that you didn't attach it. Okay, and this is what it looks like when you didn't attach your project where it's supposed to. So everything is separate. Okay, we go back and we want to attach again. Normally I select my group on the side, on the right side menu here. You can also select it from here. It's just a preference. So since I'm cutting on a long mat so that I can do it quicker, I'll I'm going to rotate this 90 degrees. And I put it at position 1, 1. This one again, I'm gonna put at 90 degrees, and I'm gonna put it at 110. So this will be what it looks like when I put it on my mat, the 2 sheets of paper. And again, you need to attach it to keep it together. Otherwise, when you go to the make it screen, they'll be separate. So attach. Okay, now I'm ready to cut. Okay, go make it. And since it's larger than the maximum regular 12 by 12 mat, it will load the long mat automatically for you. So just hit OK. So right now, remember how I put my paper at 1, and 110? So that way I know exactly where to put my paper, so it will cut correctly. Because if I put like this, then I will have to lay the paper down where at the top left corner and at the 0, 9. I put it like this so that I can follow easier. So I know to put my paper at 1, 1 and 110 here. Okay, now we go to the next screen. Okay, I have a maker. So the material I'm working with is light cardstock. So by default, the scoring wheel is selected, and the pen that's also selected. So it's expecting you to put the pen in slot A and the scoring wheel in the slot B. And if you want to change to use the stylus, the scoring stylus, you can go here, edit tools. Here you can select the scoring stylus. If you select the stylus, it will ask you to load the stylus in the slot A. So at this point you don't load the pen yet. And we're gonna do both so you can see the difference. I'm gonna start with using the scoring wheel first. Okay, just remember this is the step number 2 right here. This is important information that we normally just glance over without paying attention, but it's quite useful. So to know what tools you are supposed to be using, so I need a pen and I need a scoring wheel. So pen in clamp A, slot A, and a scoring wheel in slot B. Okay, now we're going to change to another view. Okay, so I'll be using the long blue mat, and I'll be using purple light cardstock. So this one will be at 110, and this one will be at 1, 1. I recommend that you should be using a blue mat for light cardstock, because if you use the green mat or the stronger mat, it'll be too sticky and it'll be very hard to remove the light cardstock after it's cut. And I always use a brayer. This one will give an even pressure across the area so that it sticks well to the mat. You don't need to press it, just gently roll over so that everything will stick to the mat equally. Okay, next screen. Okay, so the machine is ready to cut. I'm gonna load the black pen. And I already have my scoring wheel. Okay, now I'm gonna load the mat. Cut. When using draw and score together, it seems to always do the scoring first. At least that's according to my experience. Okay, it was done scoring, now it's using a pen. Okay, so the scoring and the drawing is done. That's why the Cricut light here blinking is telling you to swap the tools. And let's take a quick look at the computer screen. Okay, so my Cricut Maker just finished doing the scoring and the drawing. So now it's asking me to load the fine point blade into the slot slot B here, and then press the Cricut button to continue cutting. Alright, let's go back to the other view. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch the tool, the scoring wheel. I'm switching with the fine point blade, and you can always press this to see if there's anything stuck inside. Okay, swap the tool, continue. Hey, it's done cutting. Okay, so getting the light cardstock out of the mat is slightly trickier than if you were using the regular 12x12 mat, because this is long, so you have to be extra careful when handling with it. Again, when you work with cardstock, light cardstock especially, always pop your material out. Don't peel it. Pop it out so that your paper will not bend. See, it's nice and straight. Same here. Pop it out. Just bend your mat and pop out the material. See, when you pop it out of the mat, your paper will not bend. So the result is the better condition. Okay. So I just finished cutting, and at this point I can go back to the screen and I can hit finish when I'm done. But since we also doing using the scoring stylus to see the difference between the two, so I'm just gonna go back here, edit tools, scoring stylus, apply. Okay, now it's asking me to load the stylus into slot A and the fine point blade into slot B. Okay, now we go to the next screen. Okay, so I need to load the stylus first. The scoring stylus, you just load it the same way you load the pen. Okay, and just keep the blade there, the fine point blade. Gonna load the machine, the mat. I always run a finger across here. This way the mat will be sure to go under these white rings, because sometimes if you don't do that and the mat actually bent upward, so it doesn't feed properly. Okay, load. Okay, the scoring is done. So now it's asking you to go to the next step. And at this point, you can just swap the stylus with the pen and hit the Cricut button to continue. But let's take a quick look at the computer screen first. Okay, here notice it's telling you to swap the tool and load the pen into slot A before you continue cutting. Okay, go back to the other screen. Okay, now I'm gonna swap the stylus and swap it with the pen. And continue. So for the scoring wheel, that does not work with the Cricut Explore machine. So this you're gonna have to use the stylus. And for the maker, you have the option of using either one. And is there a reason for choosing one over the other? Yes. The main reason is depending on what I'm making and which tool will make it easier to complete the cut. And oftentimes I would actually use the stylus over the wheel, because if I do scoring and cutting and there's no drawing, so I just need to load the stylus and the fine point blade, and I don't have to swap tools all the time like that. And if I'm using the scoring wheel, because the wheel checking the slot B, the same slot that is using the fine point blade, so swapping tools is just making it more tedious and not fun. So in conclusion, whether be choosing between the scoring stylus or the scoring wheel, if I have to swap the tools, I would pick the scoring wheel. If I don't need to swap the tool, then I will stick with the stylus. That way, when the machine is running, you don't need to swap tools halfway. Okay, it's done. Okay, when you're done using the pen and you are not gonna be continue using it for a long time, or you just finished your project and don't need to use the pen anymore, make sure to always remember to unload it and put the cap on, because when I forgot to take the pen out and just leave it overnight, the next time I use it, the ink is basically dried out, and your pen basically not usable anymore. Okay, remember to always take it out when you're done using it. Okay, so we done cutting. You can click finish. We're done. Okay, now we're gonna go to do assembly. Okay, so I cut two sets. This one using the scoring wheel, and this one using the scoring pen, the scoring stylus. And then I realized that I made a wrong adjustment, and this is supposed to be a cutout, so I cut another set. This is using scoring wheel. So this is just a small indent here, so I'll go through both of them and see the difference, but this is the correct version. And this one is missing 1 pixel here. Okay, so this one is quite easy. You see the scoring line, so just fold along that line and you're done with the side A. I'm calling this side A. That's it. Just fold along the scoring line. Okay, for this one, it'll be a bit difficult to pop it out, but just follow along again. Just fold along the scoring line. So what I do is that I flip it around and push so that it's easier. So the scoring line is on the other side, so I just push. Just do it slowly. Don't go and fold all the way, otherwise it'll mess up. So I'm just making a fold line there. Again, there's a score line here, see? So just gently bend without making the bend in other areas. So just gently bend it like that. Again, same thing down here. So I flip it around first so it's easier. Just a slight push right here like this. And then there's another line here, so just be careful. See, I just put my finger below here, for leverage, and then just push on this side, just slowly, just to make the line show up, and try not to bend any other areas. The same here. The side too. So I like to press it from the back so it's easier. And then once I got that, I can press the other line on the front. See? Don't rush. This is the step where you need to be patient. So now you can see that it slightly pop out. Now again, just repeat the steps, and just this time just increase the fold more. So when the fold is big enough, I can go like that, and make sure you don't bend the paper, because it's quite easy to actually make a fold right here, and it does not make it look good, because that's where you don't want the fold to show up. See, now it pop out more. So at this point, you can push from this side, slowly. Don't push all the way yet, just in case you make a fold wrong. See? So this is the weak point here, the weakest point here. So when you fold it, just push it down like that. Okay, and hold it, push from the back. That's it. Just see, now it's popped properly. So if you are just patient with it, be careful as you make the fold, and go slowly, and it will turn out looking nice like this. So this is the side A, this is side B. Okay, it will be combined like this. So like this, and open like that. Okay, now let's try folding the one that I messed up earlier. This one is missing the 1 pixel here. It should still be usable. Let's see. Again, I'm just starting at where I find the easiest spot, and just slowly make a fold, like right here. There's a fold right here. So make sure you don't fold the wrong spot, and then it will leave the line, the fold line, and it does not make your card look good. So you just have to be patient and start out slowly. So I always like hold the back and then press the front like that. Like again, same thing, I'm holding it right here so that there's leverage, and then I just slowly like push like that so that it bends in the right place. Just be patient. So that's the first fold. Now the second time. Now you can fold it more. Again the same spots, but fold more than the first time around. So you can hold it here and pull here too, if that's easier. Like you can put your finger below here and hold here and just fold like that. Don't rush. Again, do it all sides equally so that they will fold together like that, and then like that. Just like that. Okay, the difference, this one look nicer I think, but this one still works. Okay, and the other one, again follow the score line and just fold it. So it will look like this. Okay, so now we have to glue them together. Because this is paper, I would highly recommend that you use a tape runner instead of using a liquid glue, because liquid glue may leave cause the water spots, so that it will stay there and won't go away, and it warp your paper. So for this, I'll be using a tape runner, this one. So does it matter if I start with this side or this side? Technically no, but I normally prefer to tape this side first. So I would want to run the tape like on the outer edge the most here, so that this side will stay down, stick to the other page. Because if you do it inside, this one will get lifted. Okay, so I'm gonna put tape along the outside edges, and then I would put the tape right where the point right here, so that when the paper move, it doesn't lift the paper along with it. So I would put tape right here and right here. Okay, so let's go. See? Do it as close as to the edge as you can, but try not to make the tape to go outside. If it does go outside, just push it back in. Again. Okay. Okay, now I need to put glue, one strip here and one strip here. Does it matter which angle I go with? No, whichever you find work for you. So I want to put it as close to here on this side as possible, where the the strip here, the connecting part here. This way, when you glue it onto the other side, it'll stay down. Again, this one, there's like a little bit of tape that run outside. Just push it back in, because you don't want this part to have any glue on. That's the pop out part. That's it. You need glue on the outside, and then two over here and over here. Okay, now you are ready to combine. Remember, the card opens up like this, right? And like this. It opens like that. So you combine, you put it like this. This is the side that there's no glue yet. Okay, just tuck it in the middle where the fold is, and make sure that you have equal space on both sides. Just eyeball it, just roughly the same. Like that. I find it easier if I hold both of them, and then just fold down. Okay, that one side done. It opens like this. Okay, now you have to glue the other side too. Again, I'm gonna put tape, run the tape runner along the edges, and in here I need some here too, and this is the connecting part here, so I'm gonna put tape here too to make it more sturdy. So I'm gonna start with this part first, and then in here, and then here. Okay, like this. Here, here, and here. So this will be held to the other side better. Okay, and for this area and this area, normally I don't bother with this part, but because there's like so much area here, so just to be secure, I just put a little tape here. See, just to make sure that it stick to the other side. Okay, now I'm gonna run the tape on outside edges alongside there. Okay. And before you glue them together, just take a quick look and make sure that there are no tape going outside of the edge. Okay. And when you put it, hold this up like above almost 90 degrees. So, and just hold it still, and equally on both sides, try to press them down at the same time like that, and let go of your thumb right there, and that's it. And fold it. There you go, your card is complete. All done.